Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back. Thanks for joining my Patreon. I really appreciate your support. Thanks to you, I'm able to keep doing what I love and I'm ever so grateful. So today I wanted to talk about saving your locks. Now, I don't mean saving your locks as far as, if you cut them, you put them in a little bag and keep them. That's not what we're talking about today. I'm talking about when you have a lock that appears to be breaking or thinning and you go through different measures to save your lock, to make sure that it doesn't break off, snap off, fall off. For a while, I didn't think anything of it. In the past, I've, helped sew on people's locks, if they had been broken off. My own personal locks, I've had a few locks that have experienced thinning towards the end, and I've reinforced the thinning spot with knots, and those are options, obviously. But one thing that I've noticed is that in the past, when I did sew on someone else's locks, the locks that I sewed back on came back off. And another thing that I noticed about reinforcing thinning spots in my locks with the knot, after a while that the thin spot would resurface and I would still need to trim that lock off. So my point in bringing this up is because just maybe it falls off and breaks off because it's meant to do so, and maybe you're getting rid of something that you don't necessarily want or need. That had been a thought that I had for a little while, but then when I had that conversation with Ms. Lady Locs in that video where she styled my locks as well as Alfonso's locks, she mentioned how she believed that locks say a lot about energy, and she even mentioned that some certain people that she knew, they didn't experience hair growth much until they started changing up the environment and changing up the energy around them. I thought that was very interesting, and I kind of relate it to what I'm talking about now. It's a very common belief that your locks are like antennas. They hold energy and they give off energy. When you consider locks, especially if your locks are mature, you're holding on to energy that doesn't necessarily serve you. Me, for instance, I've had my locks for almost 7 years now, and I'm a completely different person than I was 7 years ago. So is that necessarily something I want to hold on to? A lot of people, just wash their hair. Maybe they sage themselves. I sage myself every now and then. Got some sage right here, keep it on deck. Maybe sometimes that's not enough. Maybe sometimes it's gotta go. Yeah, I'd really like to hear your thoughts on the subject. What are your beliefs as far as when your hair thins out and falls out and breaks off? Yeah, so I don't worry about trying to save my locks. If they're thinning out in a certain spot, I will trim. So I really want you to think about your own hair journey, your own lock journey, and how thinning and breakage, how that can reflect certain things that you're experiencing on an internal level and on a physical level, as far as external factors, maybe people who you're dealing with, drama in your life. I would like you to consider that when it comes to your hair breaking and falling out. Maybe your hair is trying to save you, trying to get rid of some of that energy that you have trapped on you. Maybe, just maybe. Leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Love, light, and locks.